Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our special tribute for Kim Donnelly-Adebola. I want to thank you all for joining us today. We have a really special program prepared for everyone. We have a message from Alexa, we have a message from Chris, and we are going to keep the floor open for everyone to share a memory, share a story. We just want to make this as much of a celebration of life as we possibly can. So, with us today also, we have some inspirational stones. Please, by all means, take a few, write a message on the back, and we're going to put them and place them in front of the sculptures in honor of Kim. We also have a memory jar. If you want to write down some memories and put them in the jar, by all means, please feel free. We also have some light refreshments inside. We do ask to maintain social distancing rules and wear your mask. Grab a snack, come back outside, and enjoy your treat. So we're going to come back in a few with Alexa to say a few words, and I want to thank you all again for joining.
I just wanted to, no, we're getting there, we're getting there. We're not ready yet? Okay. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to thank everyone for participating, being here today, joining with all of us to honor and celebrate the life of my dear friend, our daughter, mom. Um, it's a tough day. It's sometimes it's sad when I think of Kim because I miss her so much. Like, I know all of us do. But, sometimes every now and again, when I'm rummaging through my paperwork, I come across a little note or a message from Kim. And that happens, every now and again. And when I do come across them, like this one here, again, it's hard. And sometimes tears, fill up, roll down my face. But at the same time, I read the message, but I also take my fingers and I could feel the indentation on the paper that she wrote this note with her hand, she held the pen in her hand, and it brings me back to a time when we were together. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel fulfilled and knowing that she's close with me. Um, on January 20th, a great poet, young poet, was at the inaugural address. And I just wanted to read a few of the words or verses from the poem that she read, which is entitled The Hill Will Climb, because these words just remind me of Kim. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and notions of what just isn't always justice. And yet the dawn is ours before we know it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. And that reminds me of what Kim taught me and how she lived her life, was not necessarily thinking that people who struggled or needed, they're not broken, they're just unfinished. And sometimes we got to pull together to complete one another. Speaking of notes, I love when I find these little treasures. But I found one not too long ago on Facebook. And I saw the message that she wrote, but I was kind of disappointed because, I couldn't reach out and touch the words. The computer screen doesn't allow you to do that. And I wondered, how can I do that? So I figured out a way to do just that. And I'd like to read you what she wrote and what she wrote about this place, this space, this home that's home to all of us here, her home. And this is what she wrote 8 years ago. I love the team approach. and the desire to empower all those in the program. Love the advocacy and the idea of taking on the world and changing it to be a better place for all of us. And now it's here. Her words, they're etched in stone. You can run your fingers over them. You can connect and share and be with her. And that's going to be placed here. So at some point, all of you can come and look at the sculpture. We had a local artist, Scott Van Campen. He came to this space. I connected with him. And he came here and he really thought on what could go here. He really, read about Kim on Facebook. He talked to me about it. He talked to Alexa to get an idea of what her likes were, what she did, and who she was. And he came up with this sculpture, which is made of steel, glass, and resin. And he designed it so that it would move when the wind blows. It sort of gives it life. And he entitled the sculpture Flight. With that, the words that Kim wrote here and what she's taught us and your individual relationships with her, she always did it with courage, with bravery, and with meaningful love, and with hope. So today we're dedicating this space, this place, the Kim Donnelly-Adebola Center of Hope. And thank you again for you all being here and sharing in this moment.
Thank you so much, Chris, for those kind words. It was beautiful. Next, we're going to ask Alexa Donnelly to speak on behalf of her mom.
Hi, everybody. For those of you that know me or that don't know me, my name's Alexa Donnelly. I am one of Kim's many daughters. You can't hear it? No. I'm going to take this off so you could hear it better. Is that better? It took me a long time to sit and write something. I actually just wrote it about 1:30 today. For those of you that know me know that I don't really like public speaking. But as I said earlier, I'm one of Kim's daughters, so here I am doing it. I've taken up her same lifestyle with a little more boundaries. All of you know what I mean by that. And when I say lifestyle, I use that word intentionally instead of line of work, because although our mother's career was supporting people, specifically people with disabilities, for over 30 years, supporting people in general was her lifestyle. She had a very radical way of truly accepting and loving people for all that they were, and very unconditionally. Now, that's not to say my mom was perfect. She was human just like the rest of us, made her mistakes, took her wrong turns, but she was a rock for a lot of people and a support system for every person she came in contact with. And I mean that very literally. She would bring home strangers who needed a home, and she was the ultimate safety net for a lot of friends and family. All too often, we don't tell people what they mean to us while they're still here with us. My mother wasn't one for recognition or compliments. She preferred much to be behind the scenes, just doing her thing. But she deserved it and deserves it still more than most. I want to thank PCCS and Chris for having generously donated and dedicating this building in her memory and embracing her lifestyle and her legacy by naming this building after her. My mother poured her heart and soul into many agencies and supporting many people with disabilities over the years. To name a few, On Your Mark, Eden 2, Crossroads, and her last home, PCCS. Her legacy lives on through all of the lives she touched in all of the different ways. As we honor and celebrate her today with the new Kim Donnelly-Adebola Center for Hope, I do want to charge us all with action from here on out. They say adversity breeds resilience. My mother really embodied that. She truly believed in making the best of what you have, being eternally grateful and giving back. Our family has had tremendous losses over the years. We've lost a lot of mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, family members, and friends. And we're often asked, how do you do it? We don't know exactly what it means, but we usually take it to mean, how do you continue? How do you push on? How do you try to be successful or try to be happy with so much loss? And the answer, for me anyway, is what I want to charge you all with. living simply, finding humor in life, which my mother always did, telling people what they mean to you while they're still here, radically loving, supporting, and accepting all other human beings for who and what they are, and having hope that life will give us just what we can handle. And with a support system, with your rocks beside you, similar to how my mother was, you can handle more than you know. So I want to thank you all for coming to this honorary tribute to my mother and joining us in formally announcing the Kim Donnelly-Adebola Center for Hope. And I guess, do we open it?
Thank you so much, Alexa, for that, again, beautiful speech. So at this time, we are actually going to be showing, I know a lot of you had helped us compile a beautiful tribute video, thanks to Gotham Trinity Productions for putting it together. And we're going to be showing it on the screen on the side here. But this is a really great time for everyone to take a moment, take a look at the sculptures, get a refreshment, and kind of get prepared to share some memories. So we're going to meet back in about 15 minutes. And we'll keep the mic open for anyone who wants to share. Thank you.
To my precious daughter, Kimmy, my definition of beautiful is you. On September 27th, 1965, I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl. Over the years, I witnessed you develop into all I had envisioned. Kindness, honesty, compassion, and unconditional love to all. You are the most selfless person I have ever known.
It's hard to think about her as just as a mom because we wound up working together for so many years thereafter. So she was not only a mom, she also played the father figure role in my life for my whole life. And then we worked together, so she played a professional mentor role. And as I got older, I had to start calling her Kim because we would be in work settings together.
So I've known Kim about 20 years, maybe more.
Kim was part of my family. She was my mother-in-law.
I knew Kim in probably about 4 years.
I've known Kim Donnelly for a long time, since I've been in PCCS for a long time.
I don't think there's enough words to really explain the impact that Kim has made on my life, both personally and professionally. I owe a lot to Kim for who I am now.
Kim started working at Eden 2, which is where I was working, and you know, you can just, when you meet somebody who just gets it, you know, we were working with kids with really significant autism. This was well over 30 years ago. I just think that when somebody puts as much of themselves into helping other people, which Kim did her whole life, you know, she did it at Eden 2. She made a really big impact on the kids that she served and the families. When somebody does that for their entire career, you know that it's who they are. You know that it's just in them.
She was a reason why that I got a tattoo of the PCCS in 2016, because she made a special life for me.
To show my feelings, I'm still working on that. To be more expressive, to express who I am. She opened the door to seeing how other people live and to be more mindful of what their experience is, to be more empathetic. And that has, you know, transformed me into a different person, to see things differently, to be more open and accepting.
She had just a way of accepting people for who they are, you know, where they were at, just such a kind, welcoming way that made you feel like family as soon as you knew her. And, you know, especially when you're doing work that's pretty hard and pretty stressful, to have somebody like that who's working right along with you is just an amazing gift. And her impact, both because of what she did directly, right, to support people and love people and care for people and help people, but because of who she was for everybody else and her quiet way of leading in that way, really has had a profound impact on me personally, and I'm sure on, the lives of many, many people throughout the years.
She just made you feel strong and valued and loved, no matter who you were. Whether you were the person asking for money by the mall, she'd give it to you. Or someone asking for a ride, she'd give it to you. She saw the best in everybody.
There is such a wide array of sort of life lessons that she taught us that stuck with me forever. But the main one being someone always has it worse, and really being grateful for whatever it is that you do have and appreciative for your privileges and the luxuries in life that you have, and realizing what is an actual need or a want versus a necessity. Showing up and being your best self, really meeting people where they are, not judging people, knowing that human beings are all just human beings regardless of race, color, religion, sexuality. Like none of that, in my household, none of that meant really anything.
There are not many words that can accurately describe who she is and what she accomplished in life. And I say who she is very purposefully because though she's not here with us physically, she's living on through so many people. She's living on through the people that she worked with, the people that she worked for, her kids, her kids' kids, her kids' friends, people she met on the street. She was the type of person that impacted people, that changed people. And if you met her, even if but for a moment, she probably helped you in some way.
She just made you feel equal. That's a good word for her. Everybody was equal to her. She let herself not have anything to give to somebody else in need. She was just a positive ray of life.
Kim was such a huge part of my adult life. She was involved in so many life-altering moments. She was a great comfort when my dad died. She was as happy as I was when both my children were born. And she was a part of their life from day one.
She found a way to just really, truly find the best in any situation, so that way she can always show up for other people.
Anything that was brought to her attention from any person in person-centered care services, she took that wholeheartedly, and she put her all into kind of carrying out those things that were important to people because it was important to her too.
What Kim Donnelly has done for me was invite me to her office for my birthday. She would buy me things, buy me a card. For Christmas, she would give me something. And I just reminisce on how she was an amazing person. She was always giving me stuff, even when she didn't have it, she always, gave it anyway.
I knew Kim since I was 16 years old. She molded my career for me. When my mom passed away, she did what Kim does best. She took me under her wing and made sure I was okay. Through all the good and the bad, she never left me. She brought me stability in a time I didn't have anything or anyone.
Kim was the first person that I saw when I walked into PCCS every day, and the times and the days were tough, but I showed up every day and Kim was there for lunch. We were probably hysterically laughing for the whole half hour that I spent with her. Every day was a pleasure to just get my mind off of what really was going on as soon as I left PCCS.
She saw potential in everyone. She never gave up on anybody, and she was going to do whatever she could in her power to make sure that you were going to be the best that you could be and have the best that she could get.
It's hard to express that kind of impact. I've worked in the field for 10 years. I've never worked with anyone who's been so dedicated and consistently just good. Just a really kind-hearted person.
I worked with her for a short amount of time. And in that time, she was someone that I knew that I could go to if I had a question, if I had a concern, just to vent. If there was a concern, I know she would do what she could to have made it better or tried to figure out how to fix it, or just tell me whatever I needed to hear to make it better.
And I'm very lucky that I was able to have you in my life. Have me as my mentor, really, in the beginning. That's how I looked at it. You really helped me grow. You helped me see things that I didn't see. And then we became really good friends, and that was the best part.
That was so much about giving herself to help others. She worked in multiple positions at Anya Mark and moved up the career ladder, starting with a direct support worker, and then she became an assistant manager of the Brighton Avenue group home. Later on, she became manager of that home, as well as 2 other group homes shortly afterwards. Right from the beginning, I enjoyed talking to her and listening to her positive and uplifting experiences with the Anya Mark participants. As you know, she blended a wonderful sense of humor with a great appreciation for the many accomplishments of the Anya Mark participants. Kim was passionate about her job. She truly loved her job and the people with disabilities who she served. Anya Mark individuals and frontline staff were always the focus of her attention and thoughts. She would go over and beyond the demands of her job in order to meet the various needs of the Anya Mark participants.
She helped me. She helped Crystal. She helped us ordering the blue PCCS t-shirts in 2017, ordered the PCCS hats. She helped me by getting those colors for everyone. She helped me by getting everything, look out for PCCS stuff. She never forget about me.
Her ability to connect with other human beings from the first time that you meet her. She basically accepted you because you're a human. That's just who she was.
She just had such an accepting way with everybody that it was an amazingly perfect model for me, because I didn't have that. And I think if I didn't see that and learn that at that time, I probably wouldn't have stayed in the career that I've stayed in for the last 30 years.
Kim's passion and intelligence positively impacted the lives of hundreds of Anya Mark individuals. Throughout her exemplary career in working with people with disabilities, integrity, compassion, and competence mattered.
To my sister, Kimmy, I have been trying to think of my favorite memory, but I can't because there are so many I just can't choose. You are the most beautiful and intelligent woman I have ever encountered in my life, and I am proud to call you my sister. You and I have been through so much together, the ups and the downs, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. You are my sister, my friend, and my mentor. Thank you with all my heart for raising my children when I couldn't. I couldn't be prouder than I already am. You did a beautiful job. You are an amazing soul, and I miss you every day.
Kim Donnelly was working every minute of every day. There's plenty of times where she was at a family gathering and her phone would ring and she would answer, and no matter what was going on, PCCS and the people that we support were coming first. There's been a few times where I've seen her actually leave functions and get up off her couch and just head out to go support someone that is in need. That was one lasting thing that I could say, that it didn't matter what time, where, and what was happening around her, Kim was there to support anyone that needed her.
Kim taught me everything about working with people with disabilities. She had a big heart and was wonderful at what she did. Kim would call me and say, "Before we go out, we have to stop and check on one of our guys." We would be going out to dinner, and she would say, "We have one more," and would pick up one of the individuals. We always enjoyed the company. Kim worked 24 hours a day, but it never seemed like work for her. All the individuals loved her. She would show her love to each one in a different way.
You had just such a unique way of handling life in general. And I think, if anything, that's one thing that we can take for us this tough year, which I'm sure you were looking down and looking upon all of us and keeping us safe with your love, which I don't know how you did it, because you always had an overwhelming amount of love to pour out to everyone.
A lot of times where we'd have stressful days, and as people shared, my mom was always very calm, and I'd be like, "What is wrong with you? This is not okay. This can't be happening." And she'd be like, "Well, if we look at this and when we look at why this happened and we can understand why this is going on, and just really had a way to change and shift your perspective to find the good in literally everything, which sometimes was really frustrating. But yeah, I would say that, you know, the number one thing I took away from that was being able to be centered enough to be calm for everybody else, which is a really useful tool in my current position. She for sure prepared me for that.
I love you, Kim.
I love you, Kim.
Kim, I love you and I miss you.
I love you, Kim.
I love you, Kim.
We love you, Kim.
I love you.
love you, Kim.
I love you, Kim.
I know you would hate this video if you were here, but we love you and we're happy we got to do it. Love you, Ma.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us for the memorial of Kim Donnelly-Adebola. At this time, we are going to open the floor for anyone who wants to share any stories, memories, funny times with everybody. So if anyone wants to share, you can please come up at this time. Thank you. Yeah, sure, Corey. So, Corey, when you speak, just speak right into the microphone, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna wait for everybody's ready before I say something.
All right, I think everyone's kind of ready. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Ready? Ready? Hi, I'm Corey Cox from PCCS, and she was amazing, best person number one ever. She did everything. She touched so many lives. She was a big hero, amazing person ever in my life. I'm wearing a white is to showing as a triple colors. She's the best ever. She did make sure that everyone is safe. I talked to her about every single things, every promise. As of 2016, on the 25th of April, I got a tattoo of the PCCS, and she made me so happy for a part of my life. 5 days before her birthday, I got a PCCS mask last year on September 22nd, 2020. And this is a pictures of a gala from 2016. We went to the gala on Forest Avenue at Staten and 697 Forest Avenue, Staten, 2016. This is a memory picture of everyone. I am wearing like a spur off mask for showing off how great person she was. Showing for dreams. Her favorite color is purple. I color my nails purple for her special colors. And she paid no matter how too expensive table event is, she pay everything for me. She looks out for me. She paid $50 of painting event in 2017 to do art painting at the piano table event 2017. Couple of days after Valentine's Day 2017, we did all painting, all everything. I went to the pizza restaurant to have pizza, celebrate everything, having pizza, took Bud Light, everything. I did all stuff, everything about her. I share everything about Alexa Dawn. She's an amazing person ever. Her daughter's the best person ever. There you go.
So my name's Joanne Garenzer, and I'm the executive director of Eden 2. Kim and I started our careers together when she was in her young 20s, and I was not that far ahead of her. And Eden 2 was very small then. We only had about 30 participants. And it was a different time. It was a time when if a parent was having a difficult time, they just dropped them off at our house for weeks at a time. Kim and I went on respite trips together that lasted 9 days, and we each had 3 participants assigned to us. And I remember one time we were at the Polkmont Resort. I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but if you can think Dirty Dancing. No, not Dirty Dancing. What's the one with what's his name at the resort? It was Dirty Dancing. Anyhow, we would eat in the dining room with all of the senior citizens that were there on vacation, and in the morning we shared a hotel room, and I had my 2 participants and she had her 2, and at this time my kids were little. They were like 6 years old. So I would diligently lay out their clothes and say, okay, get dressed, because we'd worked on that. And it took forever. And Kim was doing the same thing with her 2 participants. And then we would get to breakfast and it would be done. We missed breakfast. So by the 4th day, she and I are like, come here. And we would just dress them. And we would never be able to look at the parents in the eyes again because we kept saying, no, you have to let them dress themselves. So it was a real family. And I think that's always been a part of who Kim is. It's been there obviously since birth because that's who she was when she was a 22-year-old working at Eden 2. And that's who she was here at PCCS. And that's who she's always been. So it was one of the greatest pleasures I've had working with Kim. Thank you.
The microphone is for the Facebook Live.
I'm gonna have to talk this way.
No, you could talk everybody.
I'd like to thank everybody. I'm Kim's mother. I had 50 hours of labor with her. I used to lie to them to make them feel sorry until she was about 8 and said, "Ma, will you cut it out? You didn't do that." She was precious. She was a blessing. From the day she was done, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. I just want to thank everybody. I miss her terribly. I have my son, who probably will trip me today at some point. But he's my son, and he loved her too. I was his sister. She was great to all of us, and we had a lot of laughs. She was a pain in the ass in many ways. She'd come in my room because we lived in the big house up in Syracuse. She'd tell me, "Do you have to smoke?" "My room." "Oh, why are you watching that program, Ma?" "I like it." "Well, I don't." "Well, go to your own room. You're a grown woman. Leave me alone." "Well, I'm just going to stay for a while." I said, "Well, then go knit." So she had a wicked sense of humor. We laughed at a lot. We went through a lot of tragedy together in our lives. We were solid. And we always said, there are no strangers in life, only friends we haven't met. Open heart, open mind. And that's the way we lived. And I want to thank you. It's an honor. I know a lot of you, but I want to just let you know that I miss her every day and every night. But her legacy in my heart is her 6 children, her niece, Asia, her nephew, Jason, and her nephew, Jake. Where is Jake? Oh, how she loved you. You were her Jake in all years, and you just loved her too. She was a very special human being. Okay, and this is Spencer. Spencer was a great is a great nephew, and my great grandson. Yeah, okay. What else? So again, thank you. Keep her memory alive. Act of kindness, forgiveness, patience, because we're all getting, none of us are getting out of here alive. And her legacy is her children. All my grandchildren are wonderful. I have 9 of them, and I have 5 great grandchildren. So be well, and thank you again.
Thank you, Elliot.
Okay, you ready? You ready? You want to say something?
I was like, and then when I asked her, oh, can you please help me find more pieces of stuff? That, like Whitney.
Yeah, we'll do
Oh,
that
no,
during the
not
week.
you, not you. I told her what she did.
No, no rock. No. Nope. Nope. Come here. Come here. Nope. Come here. Oh, you choose this one? Come here. Come here. Saturday. I gotta hide this one, but it is joy. She brought joy to the world. So I put one before, one because I was blessed to love you. That's hard, you see? That's hard. And the weather is too. Yeah. You guys are going for a little different. Oh, yeah, because where I get freezing, because this is her weather, not our weather. He did this on purpose. Oh, okay. You erect it. Oh, then you put it in there? No, I erect. Put it in the wrong spot. This I right. I right. Oh. What? Hey. Yeah, whatever. You know what's so funny, Kathy? Like, you know, I love this one. You were right on the back of the line.
Say goodbye. No.
Yep, you got it. You could follow directions. You're really good at this. Did you get the rest of it?
Yo, go to Kieran.
Just remind you the words that remind you of the song. Grace. It says grace. Yeah. No. You gotta give Ronnie credit. No, not that man. That was my date there. I wish we could. Sorry. It's okay. You have to say, let people walk. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Please. I need that. By the way. Nicole, look at her. Yeah. Yeah, right. I was like, send me the link.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's great. I need that too. Plastered. Like this. Look, Andrew Cole.
No, I had to go. Oh, actually, just told him it's beautiful. Yeah, me too. We do have it. I love you. Watch, got that hand from mommy.
No, get ready.
You hear him? From daddy. Everything's from daddy.
Yeah, so Chris got a bunch of rocks. So using my kids when they don't have stuff in them, and then because I was and other times, I know. It's what? What do you play?
I'm focused, we go. We're out. All right. Look at that.
Like, when you take him for like 5 diets by yourself, like that video, we're gonna go.
Careful. Come in.
That was always interesting. You sure can. Yeah, not pretty. Miles. So, the thing is, when they come together, I know about Mr. Beautiful. You guys a beautiful man. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I had a hard time trying to tell him things that you like. You said that. Oh, yeah. Shuts out like, don't you care myself, care myself, care myself. Don't embarrass me, Mom. No. It's like it's like an insult. I'm like, what is he doing? Yeah, I know. Like that. That's how he treats me. It's like, I said he's great. I said, I want to tell him other people. Yeah.
I walked up, I was crying. I know. Oh my God, that is so beautiful.
No, not good girls. No, not good, but I didn't know.
That is really nice.
Those girls.
Mortified. You'll all get it. You'll all get it. When we get up there, you watch her. Writing things down.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll want us later. My mother would have we never would have been able to do this live. No, I said we never would have been able to do this. Yep.
I just called the other day. But nothing else was really going around.
Yep.
She's in town.
think she's gonna sign.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't know. I don't need that one.
Yes,
I think
we have it at, yeah. We have it at,
you don't need any. Tell her to call you done. Peanut butter and jelly, pizza, meatballs, meatballs, and that's it. That's all you want to eat. Meatballs, peanut butter and jelly, pizza. No, no, you just like to mash them and make guacamole. Oh, you don't eat it. How do you make banana bread? Oh, it's your really type. What do you put in? Sugar. Sugar with how many sticks of butter? Oh, so having the four. Yeah. He doesn't know how much. He's like, it's a banana, and it's a banana. And how many bananas? Yeah. No, not 10 bananas. Three. Three bananas. Three bananas.
Who was your mom inside?
What? You have to let the butter get the temperature up on the counter. I'm sure you have to find out. It's trying to get. Do you eat the banana bread? Yeah. That's a lot of rock. Oh, they were good.
Yeah.
Oh, I just asked about you.
Let me know when let me know when you cut the spear on.
How are you?
Hi.
Say hey. Too funny. Hey, Ed, what's up? I didn't see you. How are you? You want to go in for a minute? I'm cold. Come on. Just come in. She's inside. Come in. Miles.
I'll put it on tea, bro.
Are we able to play that video inside, like the first video?
Hi, Miles, man. Oh, hi. What's up, handsome? Hey. I miss you. Mommy? You want mommy? Two words I would tell her. Stop. You won't ever get another face.